Awesome. Well, welcome y'all and welcome to Plexus. I'm so pumped that you're here tonight. I know Sunday night is a little bit busy in everybody's house. So we thank you for just carving out some time to hang out with us. Y'all, my name is Allie, and I have been on these supplements almost 6 years now. I want to share a little bit of my story because this is actually my second round on Plexus. And I know had I had this round one, this would have not been my second round. Okay. So I started on these supplements almost 6 years ago. I had two little ones, 3 and 3 months old, and I was dragging. Needed all the caffeine or a nap to get through my day. Or I was just parenting from the couch and craving all the carbs and sugar in sight, knowing, hey, that's not going to help me when I'm getting asked when my baby's due and I'm not pregnant. But that's what I was craving. That's what sounded good to me. And I was at my heaviest, y'all. So that was what got me to my breaking point, my point of desperation that made me open to this. Um, so I started on our gut health system, and round one, I got signed up. Nobody checked on me, had no clue. I just thought it was for weight loss. Had no idea that it was going to balance my blood sugar, that it was going to get my gut healthy, and that there might be some detox involved. No one prepared me for that. So that is why we were super passionate about that piece, because that has made all the difference for this round being the round that helped me and is continuing to help me. So, yeah, within a few days, you guys, I'm turning down brownies at a neighborhood party, and I didn't even recognize myself. Within 2 weeks, I just had more consistent energy throughout the day. My kids were napping, and I was like, I'm going to clean my kitchen. And I don't even like cleaning, but I was like, let's just keep this thing going. And then that first month, I think I lost 6 pounds, so much bloating and puffiness, y'all. I was going to the bathroom more. My pants fit better. My milk supply had actually increased because I was exclusively breastfeeding. And I did not know any of those things could coexist. So the thing that helped me a ton this round was that my friend told me, hey, give it 90 days. You're going to want to give this 90 days. And so I feel like I was able to notice the little things before I saw the bigger things, if that made sense. Because I was like, I'm going to give this 90 days because I wanted to be able to say with full confidence whether this worked or not. So I want y'all to drop a one in the chat. Drop us a one if you're willing to give this 90 days. There's something about saying it out loud, like throwing it out there. I've heard like if you write things down and throw it out, you're way more likely to actually do it than if you just like, we'll try, we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to kick it over to my friend Jen Sauls because I know she struggled a little bit with consistency too. She's going to give you some tips.
I did. Thanks for joining us tonight. So my name is Jennifer. I've been on the products for 3 years now, and I wasn't consistent at first, and it was just so hard for me to take something every day consistently. I didn't like being on birth control. I mean, all those things. So it helped me so much to habit stack, and so habit stacking I learned from this group, and so you just add it on to something that you're doing already. So the pink drink I do once a day, and usually that time varies, but I have them everywhere. I have them at my work, I have them in my car, I have them out in the kitchen, I have them in my work bag. Like, they're just spread out all over, so that there's just little reminders. So that is helpful to have them visual, just have them out so you can see them. And then the other habit stacking that I did was just adding it to my bedtime routine. So the capsules, I take them all at night. And so, like, if I'm gonna brush my teeth, and they're right there on my sink, so I see them and I take them right before bed. But yeah, so some tips for success here on this screen is just being patient, because just like Allie was saying, it does take some time for these products to work. 60 to 90 days, 90 is more real, like, so that's your goal, because that's what your average, blood cell turnover rate is, 90 days. So patience, yes, it is about patience, and then the consistency part. So I wasn't consistent at first, but having and learning those things, and some people even set reminders on their phone, and to help them, just get in that habit. And then it becomes a habit. You don't have to think about it, and then you're doing it every day. The other thing that's going to help is getting your water intake. So half your body weight in ounces of water is what's recommended. So if you're not already doing that, that's another way that this is definitely going to help you. So it's going to flush all your toxins out, especially at first, and that can help with detox or some die off if you're having that. Um, and then just, being plugged into these groups, that's going to help keep you accountable. So we do have the Wellness Warriors Facebook group. And if you're not already added to that, we'll get you plugged in. But there's lots of good information on that page, and tips and things that we can share. And then also for the reset, we have a reset group. So that's for the 3 days that you're doing that reset. And then Plexus has the Plexus Go app. And so that is, it's got Pivotal on there. Pivotal is a program, it's a 12-week program that will help you with home workouts. So there's this things on there that you can do at home. You don't need exercise equipment. And then there's also some good recipes and tips on there. So yeah, just some things that are helpful, that we're here for you too. If you have any questions or anything, that's what we're here for. And reach out to your sponsor. If you're having, any trouble, because everybody's different on what they take and like how much they need of everything. So that's helpful too, just to kind of figure out, what's best for you. So I'm going to kick this back over to Allie, and she's going to finish up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I think Jennifer kind of alluded to it, but you might hit a little bit of detox, y'all. And so I like to be prepared for things like that. So I know for me, my gut was way out of whack. And so I did hit some detox. I had some headaches. I had a little bit of dizziness, kind of some fatigue in those first few weeks as all that yeast was dying off. Think about your gut as like a really old house that has about, oh, I don't know, 10 layers of wallpaper in there. And as we are like renovating this house, we're peeling these layers off. And so as that's happening, you might feel a little bit worse before you feel better. But biggest tips: water, squeeze some lemon in your water, Epsom salt baths. You can take some milk thistle. That's a great liver support. Super easy to grab off of Amazon or CVS. All of those are things that helped me when I first got started. And just to know, like, we're going to help you figure out if you came in on the constipated side, we're going to help you move towards, twice a day. If you came in on the, I'm going way too much, we're going to move you back. So just know in that process, there can be some tweaking. So the more you communicate and let us know and answer us, because we're going to check on you, the faster we can move you through that and get you feeling amazing. So drop a 2 in the comments if you're going to A, tell your friend if something's up, B, answer them when they check on you. Drop a 2, my friends. This is important. Thank you, Tracy and Jennifer Sauce. And y'all, I'm gonna speak about the elephant in the room because it was my reality, and I have a feeling I'm not the only person. But knowing that I was gonna give this 90 days, one of my immediate thoughts was, how am I gonna pay for this? Because things were tight at our house, and I didn't see a budget line item for supplements just magically appearing. And so my friend had shared with me, Allie, I can help you get your products paid for. But you guys, I had done network marketing before. And I don't know if any of y'all have done any sort of social selling, network marketing before. I kind of had a little bit of a bad taste because I spent a lot of time and effort and didn't see a lot of return on that time investment. But when my friend explained to me how different this was, A, this community was different than anything I'd experienced, but B, that these are consumable and that when people start feeling amazing, they're going to continue to take them. That was like a little mind blown emoji of like, oh my goodness, this can be something reliable for my family. A, to help me get my cost of my products covered, of course, but B, like, what if this could be another stream of income for us? So I'm gonna kick it over to Tracy because I want y'all to hear her story. But yeah, Tracy, take it away, my friend.
Take it away. Y'all, just thank you so much for being here. You have done it. You've taken the first step to making your health a priority. And I think for me, when I first purchased Plexus 7 years ago, here's what I want you to know. I only ever tried Plexus once. And I took it consistently and I looped my sponsor in. She gave me an easing guide. I printed it off. I put it on my refrigerator and I set alarms in my phone. And here was my rationale. I had just spent money on something and it was going to do nobody any good if it sat in the box. Now, there was this lingering thought in my head. What if this stuff works? I was actually kind of afraid for it to work. I was desperate for it to work, but I also knew that that meant that there was going to be a line item that I had to figure out how to pay for. My first order, I sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace for us to afford that, because I was working as few hours as possible to be able to fill in the gaps for our family. And we were doing Dave Ramsey style envelope systems. We did not have an envelope for Plexus. And so 2 weeks in, when my husband started noticing that the products were working, y'all, that is like the best thing in the world when people in your life notice that you have more joy. They notice that you're more energized. They notice that you're more present and more aware of like what's going on in your surroundings, and you're just enjoying life more. And he looked at me and he was like, well, we're going to have to figure out how to pay for this because you not taking Plexus, like that's not an option. You are back. Like I have my wife back. Our son has his mom back. You are happy again. You are joyful. And like, we got to figure this out. And at that point, I really had never considered network marketing as an option for me. I had seen friends do it. I wasn't really interested in partnering with a company like Plexus. But what I was interested in was two things. One, I knew that if I was struggling, there were other moms who were struggling. And I was frustrated when I got started on Plexus because doctors were trying to put me on medicines. They were telling me it was normal. They were telling me I was just going to be gaining weight postpartum. That's just what my body did. And so I knew other women had to be frustrated like I was. And I thought, man, if I can help some other mamas out, like this is going to be worth it. And then the second thing was something that could grow financially with my effort and with my work. I was a graphic designer for an ad agency and I got paid an hourly rate. And no matter what I did, there was no movement in that. I could work more hours to make more income. But there were only so many hours I could work. And so I liked this idea of an income that could grow based on effort, but also based on impact. And I, to this day, work about the same amount of hours as I worked in the beginning. I just have impacted more lives, and so my income has grown. And that's been really incredible for our family. But here is the thing that felt really, really cool about Plexus. One of my friends was there to partner with me every step of the way. And so I started by telling a few of my friends what I was doing. One of my best friends, she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I noticed that your face wasn't as puffy. Why did you hold out on me? And she signed up for Plexus. Then I called my parents, and y'all, my dad had actually heard of Plexus. He'd heard about the probiotic. His like natural health care doctor had told him about it. And so my parents joined me. And then I made a post on social media because I thought, okay, I don't know who's all struggling, so I'm just going to put this out there. And my mentor, somebody I would have never messaged, my like spiritual mentor messaged me and said, Tracy, I've been looking into Plexus. I just didn't know who to ask about it. Can you get me more info? And those were the first 3 people that I signed up with for Plexus. 3 people that like, I really didn't know if they wanted what I had, but they did. And 2 of those people are still with me as customers to this day, 7 years later, which is absolutely a testament for what these products have done. But y'all, here's the coolest thing. Ever since I leaned in and started opening my mouth about Plexus, I've never made less than $400 to $500 in a month. Now it's grown to thousands in a month because, like I said, impact equals income. And I've been able to have a lot of impact, and that's been really cool. But I want you to hear what is possible. And I want you to just think about, is this something that could be a blessing to your family? Maybe you need to get the cost of your products covered. maybe $500 a month would be a blessing. Maybe you're like me and you're looking for a way to create income from home, like I was 7 years ago. Wherever you're at on that kind of scale, we want to meet you there. And what we're asking is that you would let us know, because we don't know what you need. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we assume people don't have a need for income, but what we can assume in the culture today is that a lot of people, they actually do have a need for that because of inflation, because of economy, because of just the nature of the beast right now. And so if that is something that could be a blessing to you, and would you comment steps in the chat or message your friend who invited you the word steps? Because we actually have something really unique happening this week. And that is that Plexus, our kind of corporate company, they are guiding people through steps to help you get your products for free this week. We're going to be doing that together in smaller chats, and we're going to be linking arms with you. But we believe that if you come into this and open your mouth about what you're doing, that you could be getting your products for free by Friday. And that is something that for me, I needed it to happen in order to give it the 60, 90, 120 days of consistency. And y'all, I am forever grateful for that. So know that consistency matters. Know that you have just made one of the best choices for your health, and know that we're going to be here for you every step of the way. Y'all, we are grateful for Plexus. It has changed our lives, and we pray that it would change yours too. But here's what you got to do. You got to take the products. They can't sit on your counter. You can't take them sometimes. You can't get to month 1 and say, oh, Allie, I don't need any more Slim. I've got 20 sticks left. That stuff just spread out real good. And Allie's going to be like, no, you're not going to see results that way. You've got to take it consistently. You've got to loop your friend in, and you've got to give this a good shot, because what we don't want is for you to be like Allie and throw your stuff in the trash or sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and 2 years later still be struggling and come back and say, okay, I need to try it again. I know I didn't give it a good shot. We don't want that to be your story. And so we are grateful that it is Allie's story, so that she can come here and say, hey, don't do what I did, do what she did. So you guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. We're cheering you on every step of the way. Your assignment tonight, find a water cup that you love, whether it's a straw cup, a shaker bottle. My husband, y'all, he has like the smart water bottles. He likes them because they're thicker. He buys 2 at the beginning of every week, and he has 2 liters with him every day that he takes to work. You just got to find what you like and go with it, okay? But you got to do it. So thank you for being here. Welcome to Plexus. We are so excited for you. Bye, guys.